Well, that came up today, the story of Nicodemus. Let me go ahead and just share that with you because it's a good thing to share. So Nicodemus, where does he work? Does he work in the sanctuary? Isn't he a priest? In the temple? What do they do in the temple? Priest work, right? So you have the holy place and the most holy and whatever. So now everything inside of the sanctuary, the holy and most holy place, is gold or wood overlaid with gold. And why is it gold or wood overlaid with gold? One is God alone, and one is humanity covered in holiness. So that's gold, but it all represents heaven. Heaven is gold. The earth is not heaven. The earth is brass. So you have a brass laver and a brass altar outside. So Nicodemus comes at night and he says, "Oh, you're such a great leader, Jesus. Nobody could say the things you say, without being like led of God." And he's like, "Nicodemus, let's just cut with the flattery. Listen, buddy, you must be born again or you cannot enter the kingdom of heaven." And what's he talking about? Let's go to the sanctuary. What's he talking about? Where's born again on here? It's the laver. Because you're born again, you're baptized in the death and then rose again in newness of life, right? So that's born again. You're rebirthed, recreated. So here's Jesus and he says, "Nicodemus, how is it that you're a leader in Israel and you don't know these things? How is it that you work here every single day and you have no idea what I'm talking about? You know that if you don't wash at the laver before you walk into the holy place, you'll get struck dead. So you know that you cannot enter the kingdom of heaven unless first you're washed at the laver. So don't you know that you cannot enter the kingdom of heaven unless first you be born again?" And he's going like, "You're a leader in Israel and yet you don't know these things. How is that? How is that possible?" Can you imagine Jesus, asking someone who's an expert, going like, "How is it possible you don't know anything you're talking about? How is that possible?" It's just really ludicrous. So what he does, he says, if I can't teach you of heavenly things, which would be in which direction? More knowledge, more forward to God, right? This is heavenly, so I can't tell you about the showbread. I can't tell you about this candlestick. You won't understand it. So says, if I can't teach you of the things of earth, if I can't teach you this, I can't teach you that. So what does Jesus do next? The next thing he does, he goes, "We're going back to first grade." And so he goes backwards and he says, "If I be lifted up, I will draw all men unto me." Right? So he was talking sanctuary language the whole time. Nicodemus didn't have a clue what he was talking about. He goes, "In my mom's womb?" Yeah. He had no idea. But Jesus was talking about his religion. And his religion is based on the sanctuary. It's based on the sacrifice. It's based on atonement, on all these things. And so they all have all the outside outworkings of it, but there's no salvation in the Jews. Nothing meant anything to them. They were just doing it because they were told.